Good evening, everybody. You are tuned in to Islandish Podcast. Y'all see our new setup? Boy, you afraid? Right in time, just in time. This is episode 11 of the show. I am your host, Yams. Welcome to the people who are watching for the very first time. And I have with me a very special guest. I have Brandis Thompson. She is the owner of Lotus Healing Massage Therapy. And today we can have everybody up in here. Round of applause, round of applause. Randy,
Thank you for having me.
it was a little pleasure here. You can't stop smiling. Listen, I get people in here, get them all comfortable, in character.
I love it.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, how did we meet? I think I meet you to fly for fun. I think.
So work on the radio, on Mac. You should remind me.
Probably too.
Yeah, you should remind me a lot of her.
Yeah, personalities.
I'm sure she is watching.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for all of our first time watchers who are tuning in on the YouTube live. And I am so happy to have you here with us because this is something that I really want us to dive deep into a conversation about. A lot of times people feel like when they think massages, they think you got to be on vacation, spa, or your birthday. So we're going to deep dive into this lovely conversation, find out more about Miss Thompson, her wonderful business, and how it can be used to make the lives of Bahamians, especially brown Bahamians, much better. So tell us how you got into massage therapy initially.
Well, it is a crazy story.
I'm listening.
But
All in.
long story short, I was working with a lady that did massages, but I wasn't doing massages for her.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out, but it was a stepping stone for me to meet someone that actually gave. Oh, shout out to Big Rob,
Hey.
the CrossFit gym. He called me one day. He was like, "Hey, I need a massage." I'm like, "I don't really do massage." He's like, "You gonna give me a massage or not?" And I was like, "You know what? Let me just do it." One thing led to the next. He was like, "Well, you're pretty good. I'm looking for a massage therapist to work in this gym with me."
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with it. Day one, I was obsessed, and I was like, "You know what? I realized that I was naturally gifted at it.
Right.
I don't have patience for a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
but I would massage. I sometimes I don't know when to stop. Like I get in there and I'm just like I'm looking for any problem, any knots, any tension, and I'm just like going after it.
Yeah.
So he gave me the opportunity, and then I started doing mobile massage for people that don't want to leave their home. And then you have a lot of tourists that come to the island. They don't want to leave their Airbnb. They don't want to leave their vacation home, or sometimes they don't want to drive. They're afraid of driving and being on the wrong side of it. So it's something that's convenient for tourists as well. So this business has just grown basically out of nothing, I must say. And now it's been a little over a year. I'd say a year and about 3 months, and now I'm at a new location at Madcap.
Okay.
Property at Madcap. So yeah, the business is definitely expanding. I started off with basic, just deep tissue and Swedish massage.
Okay.
And
that's what I want to get into next.
Right. I branch off into so many different types. I have student athletes.
Right.
Geriatric patients, tourists, pregnant women about to give birth. It's for everybody.
Okay, great. So how would you range in terms of prices? Not to give them all of your details, but do you have things that are more on the affordable side as well as more extensive?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the first item on my menu is a therapeutic massage. It's for $35.
Okay.
I want a massage to be accessible to everyone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you're on a budget. And I do tend to work with my clients, especially clients that see me often. They see me regularly. I always work it out.
Monthly package.
Right, stay affordable. I have some people that come to me weekly, so I work out deals for them. I have a loyalty card. So after 4 massages, you get the 5th one half off.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? My deep tissue massage is $110 for the hour.
Okay.
Swedish massage $85 for the hour. I have half an hour packages, but in 30 minutes that's when it's just getting good.
Right. I figured that.
Listen, 30-minute massages
don't make no sense.
No, it's
you
a
need to
tease.
get in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any formal training or other than you originally? Because you said you got trained by someone at first.
I would say I'm self-taught.
Okay.
And sometimes it's scary saying that because people who are formally taught, but like that person that knows how to play music by ear.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Definitely I did a lot of work online, watching other therapists. I did some online courses.
Okay.
But I would honestly say it's a gift.
Okay,
I would say it's a gift. I wasn't formally taught, but
Right.
I like I said, from day one I've been obsessed. I'm always, even if I get the slightest injury, like I'm like using it as
Right.
like, practice, yeah. So
Okay, good. I like that you mentioned that because a lot of times people who are in professional professions, funny to say that, professional professions, they always feel that, I need to get a degree or certification before I start a business or before I take that plunge. So speaking about you and your business, what is your usual clientele? And what are some clienteles that you want to start getting into?
Like I said, I have a range. I have student athletes, so I have young clients all the way up to geriatric patients, older clients that need massage to help with their circulation, their flexibility, their mobility. There really isn't anyone that I don't. I would like to see more pregnant mothers.
Okay.
I would like to see more pregnant mothers. I would like to see more bodybuilders.
Okay.
You have a lot of guys, they out there, they just working out constantly. Their muscles just full of lactic acid. They full of tension and knots, and they just walk around like that. And it's really sad to see, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of people think, even I thought that massage was just for, rest, relaxation.
Yeah.
I really didn't even understand how many benefits there were. I also want to see more. I recently got certified in lymphatic drainage massage, which is basically a detoxing massage, and it helps with releasing extra fluid from the body via the lymphatic system. I would like to see more patients clients.
Girl, there's need that sometimes there's be a patient
I
too.
think I'm a doctor.
Like, listen, that massage therapy, that is be a science. I don't know how y'all is doing.
Listen, I would like to see more people with all that water retention, and then I'm actually now learning body sculpting.
Okay.
So, the ladies who can't afford that that BBL,
get that whoop,
I'll be ready for y'all soon. That's wood therapy. That's some of these practices so old and so ancient and tried and true. And a lot of it is, I wouldn't say common sense, but intuitive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I get in there, I just know what to do.
Right.
It's a spiritual thing.
I love that though. Listen, and the thing about it is, I feel like you're the only masseuse I'd let my boyfriend go to, because I know you come to do your job and he just be so happy because he's like to work out and do this and do football and do the next. I just be like, C$35, C$50, go to Brandy, because I ain't on that run.
Speaking of your boyfriend,
right?
It's people like him and Matt, like those football guys. I love them. I love my athletes. They just love me to just beat them up.
Right. But no, they just need it like in a good way.
Yes, they do. Because people like Shocker, who like to throw himself all over the field.
Throw his body all over the field.
When he come to me, broken. He come to me, can't walk. By the time he leave, I feel brand new, ready to get back on the field. Yeah.
And I love that. Bring him back to me brand new, Brandy.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
I love it. That's a new hashtag.
They call me the body mechanic.
Actually. Okay. Look at you, body mechanic. Lotus Healing. I love it. So, you talked a little bit about the lymphatic therapy. So, who would that benefit? I know you mentioned people who have water retention. Right. But what other people would that benefit? Because I know some people have those issues. Right.
You know who? That is, okay, right now, there's a lot of, besides the BBL, a lot of people doing lipo surgery right now. So, for example, I had a couple that did, I think they had 5 sessions each. So they got a package deal for lymphatic. They went and they had lipo around their chin. So after the surgery, to prevent scar tissue and to reduce the swelling and to move all of the fluid that's left over from the surgery, they had to come to me. Okay. So so that's good for post lipo care if you have a BBL. But I don't do, sometimes the ports are still open. I don't do the invasive
lymphatic drainage. Anyone that's feeling like, if you're feeling congested, you feeling sluggish, sometimes those are symptoms that your lymphatic system is backed up.
Okay.
And that you need. And then for people who don't move around a lot,
Okay.
you know, larger bodied individuals, you know, who might feel sluggish. You feel sluggish, you feel like you need a detox. Those people are also good candidates for the lymphatic drainage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Nice.
mean, anyone. See, because the lymphatic system is a system, it doesn't get as much work as the circulatory system. It's something that needs a little bit of help.
A push.
Right, it needs a bit of a push. So I would say anybody could use a good lymphatic drainage. I practice on myself too.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you do that? How does that work? How you can give yourself a massage? I
Well,
never put that in my life.
It's only so far I could get. I could do my
Right.
arms. I could do my feet. I could do a lymphatic drainage around my face. But it's just the back. I can't really get to. I can't get to
Well,
the
I
back.
would assume you can't reach your back. Not yet.
Listen,
Yeah, see?
I be trying. Sometimes I see my clients on the table. They look so relaxed. I'm like, oh, it must be nice.
Yeah.
So
I wish it could have been me.
I wish I could get that. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So why did you come up with the name Lotus Healing? Where did that come from? Or is that just something like you see online and say, let me go with this?
No, listen. Okay, so the lotus is a beautiful flower that grows from the mud.
Yes, in adversity.
Right. So anybody that knows me before this, anybody that you might have been on my you might follow me on TikTok.
Right.
You know my story. You know, it's symbolic of where I came from. You know, to have this business now, to come from such a dark place in my life where I actually thought I could never work for anyone again, much less work for myself. You know, having this business symbolizes bringing something beautiful out of something dark and ugly, you know. And I would honestly say that this type of work it was almost keeping me alive. It's
Right.
keeping me going. It's keeping my head above the water. It's keeping that beauty in my life.
Right.
And it's also symbolic because sometimes when people come to me, their energy, their body is muddy. You know,
Right.
it's like they have all this tension. Sometimes people come to
Knots.
me and they have stress. You know, they have like a lot going on in their life. And by the time they leave, we transmute all that energy, we fix all of that, and they leave more like this beautiful flower
Right.
than the muddy feeling that they came in there with.
Right.
You know, so it's a lot behind that. Yeah, the lotus is definitely, I think it's a very appropriate symbol for my business and what I do.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I like to ask people things like that because sometimes I know it's always a story there. People are very purpose driven and very, you know, when they pick in the name of their business,
Yeah.
they try to make sure it ties into something and something that will carry them through. But it's always a blessing to know that you could come from that to be who you are. And I strongly believe in entrepreneurship, especially with young black women. And to see you being able to start this business and grow to this level, it is high-key amazing. You got your chair. When I see you go to the sports complex, when we was having flag football, I was like, or you could get a massage out there.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're legit. And they was like, yeah, man, it's Brandy, man. She good. It was like, yeah, but she good. She'll sort you out.
Listen, and a word for my entrepreneurs, you better get out there with them samples, baby.
Right.
Whatever you selling, listen, you know them nightly games, that's where
Yes.
I meet Mix. Shout out to Mix, okay? I said, man, let me bring my table. Let me just bring the table. And it wasn't even so much about charging people at first as it was like, let me show people what I have.
Right.
You know, as so many guys out there, I talking about hamstrings tear up, shoulder blades tear up. And I'm like, let me just show people what I have. And through doing that, that's how I got my name out there more. That's how I got a lot of the clients I have. I
Right.
had to give them something free. I had to
Right,
show them what I was
right.
working with,
Yeah.
you know? So flag football. I haven't done any track meets yet. I want to start going onto the baseball field.
Yes, girl. Must
Flag
be a lot
football.
of people.
Yeah, I slowly infiltrated the sports world.
Right.
With the sports massages. Yeah, sports massages are fun.
Yeah. I could assume
Those
it
are
is.
intense though. The sports massage, you go straight for the trouble area. You don't waste all that time with all the smooth talking.
No.
You go straight for that pain.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what type of massages or what would that price range be for someone who has like that need in terms of like sports or fitness or working out and things like that?
Well, for that would come under a deep tissue
Okay.
massage, so that's 110. But I want to emphasize that for student athletes, I actually have a rate that is $1 per minute.
Okay.
So it's very affordable because sometimes I notice that their athletes, they don't have so much support from family, or so I try to make it very affordable. Like, hey, if you have your lunch money, bring it. Whatever you have, bring it. You need your massage. You think they need that,
Right.
You know, it's very important for their recovery. So for them, I have a $1 per minute rate, and for adults, it would be the standard $110.
For that type of massage.
That's considered a deep tissue massage.
Right. I love that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk more with the lovely Brandis Thompson and more about massage therapy.
Sounds good.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Alright, so we are back here with Islandish Podcast with the lovely Brandy. They call her the body mechanic. This is Miss Lotus Healing Massage Therapy, and we're talking all about your body and how important it is to make sure your body is right. So, when it comes to massage therapy, well, let's more so talk about bodies and aches and pains and things like that. What are some of the mistakes people make, or some of the pains that people usually overlook that could turn into big problems later on?
The biggest one, I would say, there's a condition that they call tech neck, where you start to get a bump at the back of your neck, at the top of your spine, and that's from people who, teachers get it, people who in technology always looking down at their phones or down at their computers, they tend to get that. So what you want to do is always check your posture and make sure
You
you're
have me
sitting up
touching
right,
the back of
right?
my neck right now to
Yeah,
make
you
sure I
gotta
don't have
be
it.
careful. Another thing is people, their pillows aren't good, their bed isn't firm, and then that causes back problems.
Okay.
That causes problem in the shoulder blades.
That's an important one though, because so when it comes to that, because a lot of people sometimes they wake up and their back still hurt, and that means their bed ain't good, or they sleeping bad, or it
Sometimes, because
depends.
it could depend on the lifestyle too. Oh, another one, ladies that carry very heavy purses or bags, they always have one side of their body that's just full of tension, one side of their shoulder. So that's something that people want to be aware of too. Men or women, carrying bags on your shoulders, definitely going to leave a lot of tension in the shoulders. Yeah.
People who are always comfortable carrying something
Right,
over the
or
same
women
shoulder.
that carry babies, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and speaking of babies, I saw this thing where they was massaging this baby nose, and then all type of snot come out. What is that about? That's something like that lymph thing you was talking about earlier, or that's different?
Massaging a baby nose, I guess they was probably
The congestioning.
right, there is a sinus, like I have sinus problems, so I'm actually learning a massage too that helps you to drain the sinuses. So they probably was doing some work with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing how far this could go.
Right.
Trust me. I have clients that come in. Oh, I've been to the doctor. I've been and had an MRI. I did this and I did that, and they can't figure out what it is. But with the massage, and I have so many different tools, sometimes you have to go in with a fine-tooth comb on a particular area and actually break down scar tissue.
Right.
So it isn't as simple as, oh, let me get a medication for this. Like, sometimes you literally have to go in and pull the muscle apart to relieve all the pain in the area.
Right.
So many things, so many problems actually are muscular that people don't realize. People have shoulder pain and, they take in muscle relaxers and all this stuff. But when you don't stretch, when you're not active enough, your muscles, they just contract and then they cause pain. So that's when I have to go in with my hot stones and my massage gun and my cups and break down all of that and get the blood flowing in the area.
Right, because a lot of times those muscle relaxers, sometimes they just numbing the problem. They ain't really fixing anything.
Exactly.
Got you.
So sometimes, and I have clients that had a chronic issue. Sometimes they have to come to several sessions.
Right.
In order to just get rid of one problem. And then after that, it's more maintenance than anything. Yeah. So sometimes you could do a lot in an hour. But sometimes when people have problems for years, it's only so much you could do in that hour. But an hour is still I done some miracles in an hour.
Right.
I must say.
Yeah.
I mean, people, they come in, they can't walk, they can't turn their neck. I mean, I have people come to me crying sometimes with pain. Yeah.
Gee, it's that bad.
Sometimes, yeah. I had a lady yesterday, knots all up and down her shoulder blade. It took a lot of work getting it out, but seeing her be so relieved afterwards, that's what makes it really worth it. Yeah.
Okay, so would you call what you do more of like a holistic type of therapy or a holistic kind of treatment to a lot of everyday problems that people have?
Well, I would say it's one aspect of holistic treatment, because holistic would mean not just physical treatment, but also spiritual. It could be a part of holistic treatment. That's like saying, okay, like let's say for example you go into the doctor for a problem, they could give you a muscle relaxer. That might be part of your treatment, and then coming to me would be another part of it.
Right.
So it could be incorporated into treatment. I wouldn't say massage is holistic on its own.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Good answer to that question. I was trying to throw her off a little bit, but you answered that really good.
I trying to stay on point. Okay.
You're doing a great job. Wonderful job. So where do you see your business going in the future? Especially here in Grand Bahama, you see yourself going other places?
Worldwide.
Okay.
Worldwide. Listen, no, I've had people that say, oh, you should take this to Nassau, you should take this to Turks and Caicos. I ain't going nowhere. How could I leave I have clients here. How could I leave them? I can't. And I just adopt everybody. Like, if I don't see my people in too long, I call on them. Where are you? I haven't seen you. But I definitely see, I like the word, I like the fact that you use the word holistic, because I do want, I wouldn't say just a spa, but like a wellness center.
Love that.
You know, I want to be able to do cryotherapy, ice therapy, heat therapy for these athletes. They love to do their ice baths. So I want a whole ice room. I want a sauna. Cranial therapy, reflexology, all of it. I want all of it.
Yes.
I want all of it.
That's
all of it. And I want it to be close to the beach. Somewhere, you know, outdoorsy.
Right.
Girl, don't get me started.
Yes, that's what we is do. We speak life over here. So if that's what you want, that ain't hard to get.
No, not at all. Yeah, every time I pass these buildings, I just be looking like I can see it.
Yeah, it could be right near, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that's my building. God, that's my building.
Yep.
That's what you got to do. You have to speak life over yourself and over your business. So when it comes to massage therapy and it being here in Grand Bahama, do you feel like a lot of people take advantage of it? Like, do you know other massage therapists and persons in the industry and know like how well it's doing? Because I know the persons who I know or see getting massages all the time is be tourists by the beach for the most part. But do you feel like a lot of Grand Bahamians know or understand the importance of therapy?
Well, that's why I'm here today.
Right, okay.
Literally, because once I realized how beneficial it was, it's been my mission almost to make people realize that, you know. So if I go somewhere and I see someone and they hunched over, they have bad posture, I'm like, you should get a massage, you know. And they're like, oh, some people say, oh, massage is for women. Oh, I can get a massage on my vacation, but you in pain now, you're uncomfortable now. So I'm slowly working on that. Literally that's why I'm here today, so people can understand, like, it's just as important as seeing a chiropractor,
going to
just
the
as
dentist.
important as going and having your physical, going to the dentist. Exactly. You need to have a massage. Definitely recommend it. And it keeps stress down, it keeps tension down. It even a very slow massage could like ease anxiety. People who have problems falling asleep, you know, people who are, some people, they say the best sleep they get is after
when they have
a good massage. Oh
yeah.
I have a particular client, his massage is always later in the evening because he want to go straight to sleep. Straight to sleep.
Okay.
I go there, I basically put him to bed or like put him to sleep, and then I go.
Well, that's a good thing, because I feel like, especially the way you answered it and how you mentioned all the different things that it could help with, a lot of people don't realize, like, the little $100 that could go a very long way.
Oh yeah.
Because it'd be like simple things like that, and it's
You're
almost
investing
like
in your health.
Like how you said, a lot of men sometimes don't even like going to the doctor, or they feel like, man, I can go to the doctor when I need to, when something break. When like you could just go to the massage therapist to quickly deal with this.
Maintain
the body and stuff like that.
Especially those guys in who working in the industrial sectors. Yeah. Barco, container port, free for power, those guys who work in those long 12-hour shifts. Yeah, I have a good amount of clients that they come just for maintenance.
Right.
You know? I mean, for love too, self-love, self-care. But mostly for maintenance. Some of their backs. Sometimes you have knots. People have knots in their backs like rocks.
Gee.
Yeah.
I know, like, she making me feel a little bit more sensitive about myself, and I trying to figure out, like, I need a massage.
I was trying to give you...
I got a next week, Brandy, we gonna have to schedule a little to do. Because, honestly, no, for real, because it got to a point with my boyfriend, even, like, I like to mention my boyfriend, y'all can be hearing that a lot. My man. But anyway, he was saying, like, man, I don't need to go to Brandy. I have you. You could do the massage. I said, no, go to Brandy. I don't know what I doing. And I only so big. Like, I ain't got I don't know the angles. I may cause more harm than good. You know what I mean? So, it's important.
Shocker like pain. Shocker like...
Exactly.
I have to fight these guys.
Right. It'd be like, I only could do so much. And then
I
on the end of the
hurt
day...
my elbow 3 days ago on this guy. 385 pounds, bro.
Gee.
385 pounds. He was like 6'4", tall guy.
That's huge.
And man, I was trying to give him the people's elbow, man. Trying to break that knot down. Listen, my elbow been cracking ever since that day.
Sheesh.
So anybody who trying to get into the field, you better be strong.
Right.
You gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, no, I ain't strong. That's why I know people like Brandy. I have no problem paying. Like, and
I have no problem
for it.
I have no problem beating up your boyfriend.
Right. Happy Valentine's Day. Go to Brandy. She can send you back. I promise. She ain't gonna keep you.
I refresh you, send you back.
Right, and let me beat you up. Love it. See, it all works out effortlessly. Okay, so as we getting ready to talk a little bit more about not just massage therapy, but overall wellness here in Grand Bahama and things of that nature, do you see a lot of persons who, because you already mentioned a lot of men feel like massages are for women. So when it comes to the feel of massage therapy and how I'm comfortable sending my boyfriend to you, do you ever encounter that problem with your clientele, where women are uncomfortable with you?
Yes, it's never gotten to... Well, I had one crazy person call my phone.
This sounds like a crazy Bahamian story. I love my Freeport woman. I love you.
She's like, are you massaging my boyfriend? I was like, well, if you was massaging him, then...
See, Brandy, you can't be saying things like that. Nah, I ain't gonna send my boyfriend to you no more.
Stop. That's a joke.
Right.
Okay. What's the question?
See? Saying foolishness.
No,
I feel like that'd be an issue.
No,
though.
I've never had that problem. I did have someone call me once, but besides that, no. There was one lady, she wanted to sit in on the massage, but I mean, it's to be expected. Actually, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more.
More often, right?
It doesn't happen more, yeah. So a lot of women, they have no problem sending their significant others because, it's just a job.
Right.
I ain't looking at you, man.
Yeah, this ain't the movies. Like, y'all chill out. It ain't like,
it's not romantic. People think those massages, sometimes they could be painful.
Right.
They in there crying. Either you're crying or you're sleeping.
One of the two. There's
no romance.
This ain't luxurious.
It's not the way people think. It can be now if it's a ladies massage, or if you come to me on your birthday, I give you a nice hot stone massage. I could go slow. But for the most part, like those deep tissue massages, they could get pretty intense sometimes.
Right. Yeah, that ain't. I don't need no deep tissue massage. No. The only thing I'm worried about for me is that tech neck thing, because
No, I don't think you...
because I have good posture.
Right, you do.
I know how to sit up properly. So when it comes to things like that, like good posture, do you think that that's something that we need to educate ourselves on a lot better here in Grand Bahama or in the Bahamas in general?
Yes, I think a lot of small things go a long way in terms of maintaining your body, because a lot of pains and aches that I see older people have is clearly things that have progressed over time.
Right.
Like the neck.
Right.
Like the back, like the shoulders, even the feet. A lot of people, they wear bad shoes.
Yeah,
and
cheap
there's a
shoes.
condition called plantar fasciitis, where the tissue in the bottom of your feet, it becomes almost calcified. It gets really hard, and it causes feet pain.
Okay.
And then I have to go in with a scraper and take it out for you to get relief, So it's small things: wearing proper shoes, having proper bedding, having a firm mattress, having good pillows, stretching. Stretching is a big one.
Right.
You know, a lot of times we just get up and we go.
Right.
You know, after you've been all tied up in the bed, besides that one good yawn you get in the morning, people don't stretch. You go day to day, you know. It's maintenance. We do need maintenance. I think yoga is very good.
I love yoga.
Yeah.
I do it every morning when I wake up. I have the in-bed yoga. I have this little chart I found on Pinterest. And I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 poses. I just do. It's like, okay, now time to get up.
Little things like that go a long way.
Definitely.
For maintenance, yeah.
I love it. So we're going to take another commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue this wonderful conversation with Miss Lotus Healing.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6:00 p.m.
Sharp. The #1 talk show in the world, Craig.
Back with Islandish Podcast. We are wrapping up this lovely conversation with the lovely Miss Brandy, talking all about Lotus Healing. Now, you had big kiki just now.
My friends laughing at me.
Why are you laughing at you? You having a good time. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, they say, because people do call me, someone called me a body mechanic. And someone was teasing me and they was like, that's not true. Yeah, anyway.
It is true.
They hate
she is
us.
the body mechanic. That's
I
right.
am.
Right. So as we get deep into this conversation, a shout out to everybody that's tuning in and watching, supporting their girl Brandy. Give them a wave, Brandy.
Hey.
Love it, love to see it. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel below. Also, make sure you are pressing the notification button, because we're about to go live again and again today. We have more shows lined up, but right now it's all about Lotus Healing. And right now we're talking a lot about daily maintenance and things people can do to make sure their bodies are right. So as we talk about that, what are some things that people usually ignore on their bodies? Because I know we talked about a few of them. We talked about the tech net, and you talked about the foot one. But what are some other things that people probably have pains with all the time, but they always seem to ignore?
I would say shoulders.
Okay.
I know I keep saying that, but I think that's shoulder and lower back.
Okay.
And like I said, it just goes back to stretching. Yoga is very good. Swimming. Going to the beach regularly.
Y'all hear that, right?
Oh, yeah. Even moving around with your kids, getting active. Staying in the bed too long, not great.
Yeah.
Sitting in a chair, even like this, for too long, not great. At some point, you have to get up and stretch.
Right.
You know? Yeah, I see the same problems most of the time every day.
Right.
It's always the shoulders. It's always around here, around the shoulder blades. Even sometimes shoulder rolling.
Right.
That could help.
Right.
The smallest things.
Yeah.
The smallest things. And then, like you say, you found your yoga routine on Pinterest. Pinterest is the GOAT.
The GOAT. You hear me? That's
For
almost better than
everything.
Google.
For everything.
Yes.
For everything. So you could go on Pinterest and you will find yoga routines, yoga sequences. You will also find exercises that show you how to open up the shoulder blades.
Right.
Show you how to stretch.
Right.
Show you how to maintain. Yeah.
Definitely. And I like how you mentioned that too, because especially with the going to the beach, I feel like a lot of times we as Bahamians, we get old and we take it for granted how much medicine could be naturally found with just going in the water and getting a good soak rather than staying on the side and looking cute.
Right.
And we don't want to mess up the hair.
Right.
But you could go shoulder down, waist down, neck down. Just get a
and
good
then
little soak.
Swimming, especially if you got a good bit of current in the water, swimming against the waves, definitely a good exercise.
Definitely, I like that.
Or walking the beach, walking in the sun, the traction from the sun. Yeah, give you a good workout.
See, these type of stuff I talk about on the radio show that we need to start incorporating. These little cute dates. Y'all like to talk about going to lunch and going to dinner. Go walk the beach.
Yeah.
Go in the water. It'll be
do some yoga.
Do some yoga.
Stretch each other. They have couples stretching.
Right there on Pinterest.
Couples.
Couple stretches right there on Pinterest. Get get yourselves in tune. And I also like how you mentioned working out with children, because I'm noticing a lot of children aren't as active, especially as we used to be younger. In the summer, I used to see everybody outside. You don't even see children on the road during the summertime.
Not only that, I don't know what these Coach Ray, this for y'all. I don't know what kind of training y'all be doing with these kids, but when they come to me, their quads, their hamstrings are so tight. So there's a lot of kids right now, they have a lot of years ahead of them in terms of their sports career, but they need to start maintaining from now.
Right.
They need to start maintaining from now. And it even makes a difference in terms of their times for their races. You know, obviously, because if you moving better, your timing gonna be better on the field, on the track.
If you're doing the right recovery after working out.
So kids that into sports obviously need to be stretching. I mean, all children need to be active, because you could start having tension from young. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely kids, students, sports athletes, besides their regular stretching, the sports massage has been very good for them. I have a couple of athletes in particular, before they go to their meets and their races, they come to me to get all loose.
Beforehand. Doing something
before they go away,
Okay. And I like how you mentioned in terms of recovery, because even with working with my boyfriend and working with the Shockwave Elite 5 program, you see a lot of times either the kids, they ain't warm up properly before they come, or you can see like, but you still have baby in your eye. You ain't even wake up properly with sense, but you want to run straight onto the field and play. When it's a lot of times you need to get properly prepped beforehand,
and that's why
I recover afterwards.
And that's why I like to set up at the football field or at the. I want to start going to the track meets. They be so early in the morning.
You gotta wake up, cause they be early for real.
I like being out there, and I plan to one day have a team of ladies working with me, so that whenever there's an event, anytime, anywhere, Lotus Healing will be present, you know, so you could get your warm up or your cool down before or after your event. You know, it definitely makes the difference. Like you say, sometimes they don't be warming up, and that could be the difference between a win or a lose.
That's big fact.
I don't know if you remember, Matthew had a very bad groin injury. And he was
like, got in the playoffs or something like that.
Right. They had to carry him off the field, and he was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it to the next game." I said, "Oh, you will be in that next game. You're gonna play in that next game."
Yeah, I remember that.
And trying to deal with it. Oh, he cried. Boy, he cried. But he was able to play the next game. You know,
you have to work out those joints, and they can be hard, and they can hurt, but the relief afterwards can be.
It's priceless.
Right.
It's very, very, very satisfying, and that's why sometimes, if people can't necessarily, if you have a very bad injury, there's no, and you can't necessarily pay for it, and take this with a grain of salt. Don't
run out.
Don't take advantage.
Don't push it.
But there's no way I could tell someone, "Oh, I can't help you because you don't have the money. I ain't gonna let you just suffer."
Right.
Because you can't afford it right now. You gonna owe me a favor.
Yeah. You know? Like, you can pay me back one day somehow.
But I like being there for them in that way, being able to give them that relief.
Yeah, because I can imagine, now, thankfully, thank God, better wood, I want to knock on wood. I've never had an issue where I wasn't able to be mobile or flexible, or like, all right, this hurting so much I can't even move. And y'all see me, I little while. I like to move all over the place. I like to be all about the place. So having that type of bodily restriction, I can imagine it's not only, it's frustrating along with being painful. Right. So. And
then you want to go, you want to help your team, you want to play. You want to play,
you've been practicing, you want to be out there, you want to give it your best, and you want to put your best foot forward. Or even like being there for your family, or being like, but I can't even go to this, I can't sit down for too long, or I can't stand up. Because I think I had a relative one time who had to go for like weeks of massage therapy before he could even stand in his sister's wedding, because it's like, but he can be standing up for so long. He had to prep. And it's like, why we had to wait till it get this bad that you had to do so much therapy.
That's why I say maintenance.
Yeah, and
you
lifestyle changes.
You got to start from young. Stretching is a big, big thing. If you don't stretch, and you have to come to me, and I got to stretch you out inch by inch.
That can hurt.
It could. Might.
Yeah. So I think that's probably an important part, like when you was in school and teachers used to make you stretch early in the morning. Like everybody stand up, like when you're in the auditorium. Like reach for the sky.
Yeah.
Reach to the left, reach to the right.
Yeah.
Now go walk around, hug somebody.
Keep you loose.
Right.
Keep you limber. Mhm.
Yeah, keep you limber, keep you loose. So those type of things are really important. Do you feel like technology has kind of hindered that or helped with people being less active and mobile as they used to be?
Yes, and the crazy thing is, it could also do the opposite because now, like you say, I mean, a yoga sequence is only I cold. All trying to freeze me there. Yeah, like it's a double-edged sword because on one hand, nobody want to get up. You on the phone all day,
Right,
You know,
Netflix and chill.
right? And then TikTok scrolling.
Scrolling.
And then on the other hand, even some of the techniques I use, I learned from being online.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's hurting us in a way, but it is also the same answer to the same. It's also the answer to the same problem.
Right.
You could go online and find anything. Most things that people come to me for, and I have to tell them, you could actually, if you Google enough, you could find the problem. You could find solutions to your problem. You know. So if a lot of us sitting there with aches and pains they could be managed on our own.
Right.
It's possible. It's harder to do by yourself,
Right.
but it's still possible.
Yeah. But then that's why we have the businesses that we have.
That's
It's
why you have me.
Right. We have the people who you ain't want to do it yourself. You don't want to look that up. You just want the problem solved. So
Yes.
you just call Brandy. Pay her.
808-7379. I'm open 7 days a week.
Boom! Matter of fact, let's get on to that right now. Drop all your tags so they could reach you and they can find you on social media. This is your time.
Yes.
Plug up your business so they could know how to get in touch with the body mechanic. Go.
Listen, the hotline right here. This hotline never fail. You call me 808-7379. If I don't answer, that means I'm in a massage. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. I work 7 days a week. My hours are very flexible. My office is located at Madcap. That's in Caravel Beach behind Stop and Shop. My office, my new office, by the way, the property is very nice. So they have a pool. They have a pool and bar and restaurant. So sometimes I have couples getting a massage. One person getting a massage, the other one having lunch, and then they switch. You know, so the location is good for that, and it's on the beach.
Right.
I do mobile massages as well. Mobile massages are a minimum of 1 hour. So, for example, you would have to have because it's a lot of work
To set up,
carrying all my equipment. So I don't do that for anything less than 30 minutes.
Of course.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost like when people come in over to your house to do your makeup. Ladies, y'all know what that is. When you're paying for that woman to park up or show up and come to you, you gotta pay.
I bring in everything.
Exactly. So it's the exact same way.
Bring in everything.
I love that. So when persons want to book you, do they have to pay a deposit beforehand or they pay you cash? Do you take card?
No cards at the moment.
We can work on that. I got you.
I am working on that.
Yeah,
Most definitely. One step at a time. Trust
Definitely.
me. Yes. I accept bank transfers and cash at the moment. I do all the booking myself.
Okay.
I used to have a booking app, but I like being able to talk to the client.
I love that you said that.
beforehand. Yeah.
Right.
I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you. I want to know what's going on with you
Right.
physically, just in case I need to do some extra homework
Right.
before the session. Get to hear your voice. Get a feeling of how you are emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they come for a physical problem, and it's a lot of time it's emotional too. Because
Right.
believe it or not, we store our emotions in our body. So people, you will have a pain and it's coming from a much deeper place.
Right.
You know, I've had clients cry in massages because they feel such an intense relief.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
That's deep. That's intense.
it gets deep.
Right.
I didn't think so getting into this.
Right.
But yeah. I
love
had a
it.
lady. I had
the Lotus opening up.
I know, right?
I love
had
it.
this lady the other day. She had a bite. She had a dog bite on her leg. And she was crying. I was like, why are you crying? She was like, you know, she was like, the way you was touching it, like, I don't know, I do things very intentionally, you know, and she was like, it took her back, but then she also felt healing from it because the bite, the area where the bite was, it had a lot of scar tissue built up around it. So
Right.
it was obvious that she was feeling pain from this for a long time, you know, so that was a very emotional moment. And I could only imagine, like, you know, getting a bite from a dog.
Yeah, that would be a
is
traumatic
crazy.
experience.
So
I did chase from a dog before that. That is still haunt me in my sleep. No cap. No, for real. Like, I jump on top of a F-150 on rims without touching it. Like, it was that bad.
Oh, wow.
And I never do high jump a day in my life.
In a shocker.
Right, yeah. Here on my boyfriend, that fight or flight, I launched.
Yeah.
But I like how you mentioned
I take
earlier.
all the bookings.
Right,
myself,
in person.
yeah.
Because a lot of times technology robs us of that in-person meet up and that need to be face-to-face with your client and really understand what they're going through. And with you being in the service industry, I can imagine that is important and necessary.
Yeah, it makes a difference. I think once or twice I had clients who they used the booking app, and when they came, it was so informal, you know?
And they wasn't able to really get in.
Right. But I like talking to people beforehand and getting to know them and feeling them out before they come on the table. And I want to say one thing that I think kind of sets me apart, and I'm just saying this for anyone who might be coming to me. I don't give a cookie cutter massage. Sometimes people tell me when they go to different places, it's almost like they want you in and out.
Right.
They want you get on the table. Like, you could get a massage from me this week, and if you get another one next week, it wouldn't be the one you get this week, because your body wouldn't even be the same this week as next week.
Right.
You might have more tension on one side this week. So even the way I might treat one leg isn't necessarily the way I might treat the other leg.
Right.
Because they're not the same leg. Some people have tension all on one side of their body.
Right.
So I like to be very personal with the massages I give. I give you what you need at the time that you need it. You know, taking into consideration how you feel that day. Sometimes people, they don't want too much pressure. Sometimes they want a lighter touch. Sometimes people really want you to be more aggressive with them. You know, so I give everybody what they need when they need it. I don't give everybody the same massage. I've never given the same massage twice.
I love that. So we're going to take another commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up this amazing conversation with the body mechanic, Miss Lotus Healing.
Where you going, mate?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why is boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is? They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything. You know how expensive bus is? Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off. You know how strong mosquitoes is? Or you could go to the box office downtown or the Genesis Street Girl. You ain't scared of Joneses either.
All right, so this has been an amazing conversation we had with the lovely Brandis Thompson, talking all about Lotus Healing and Massage Therapy here in Grand Bahama. So as we start to wrap this up, tell them again how they can reach out to you and your final words to this lovely audience.
Okay, well, thanks again for having me.
A pleasure.
You can call me or text or WhatsApp me at 808-7379. You can email me at lotushealing.gb@gmail.com, or you can find me at my office most of the time. At Madcap. Like I said, I do a lot of house calls, so I'm not always there. My hours are
whenever.
Wherever. And I would just say that I would say take some time for yourself. If you're looking for a sign to get a massage, this is it. Okay? Please don't wait until you're completely out of it to come and see me.
Can't move.
Yes. You deserve it. Whatever you did or didn't do, you deserve a massage. Yeah, definitely people need to take time to unwind. People need to take time to take care of themselves. Self-care is not selfish, okay? It's a priority. Self-care is definitely a priority. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to listen to your body while it whisper before it starts screaming.
I love that.
Definitely.
I can use that on the radio tomorrow. Watch. Tune in. But thank you so much, Brandy, for stopping by. This has been an amazing conversation. I'm happy I yuck you and get you to come.
Yes.
You're trying to run.
No. I wasn't going to run for too long.
Right. It was an absolute pleasure having her here.
Get me out of here.
Breaking up my place. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you are subscribing. Follow Brandy on social media at itslotus.healing.
Yes, on Instagram. You know better than me.
I know it off my head.
I'm on Facebook too. Yeah.
Exactly. So y'all check her out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we're going to catch you later. Peace.